So today's guest is another amazing, wonderful streamer that I met through Twitch. He is known for his cat model and known as Nurbo the Cat on Twitch, or Nurbo. Nurbo, again, welcome to tonight's episode of Twitch Tea Time.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Nurbo the Cat, everybody. How's it going, everyone?
I always ask my guests this question. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's been a very relaxing Sunday. It's been nice.
That's good. Can you tell me about how you discovered Twitch, how you decided to become a streamer, and a little bit about the channel, please?
Sure. Trying to remember when I discovered Twitch, because, man, I've been doing this for a while. I think I just stumbled onto it accidentally through YouTube, looking for guides, and then I ran into it somehow, like one video led me to here or something like that. And, essentially, at first I just watched other streamers for a good long time. There was one channel in particular that's pretty well known, maybe you've heard of it, Carnage, and I liked his vibe.
Never heard of him, nah.
Never heard of him? He's pretty big, but he does a lot of like variety everything. He actually plays games a lot in the way that I play games, where he tries to do everything he can and plays a lot of RPGs and a variety of everything, really. And he like really goes and looks in like every nook and cranny and really gets into the lore. And I'm kind of the same way. I play games like that naturally. And that kind of encouraged me to want to do it too, because like it's like he's kind of doing the same thing I already do off stream. And I was like, and I liked the vibe he had there. And plus, like, I also looked at it as a window of meeting people, because like I grew up in an area where there wasn't a lot of people who played games. Like, I never really had friends to play games with. Like, everyone I knew and grew up around was sports ball people. So, like, I didn't have that. And I saw Twitch as, like, a window to that, as well as, like, maybe this is something I could do. And that's kind of where we ended up eventually, as I started, like, jumping into it and kind of just doing it. Was there another part of that question that I missed? I know you asked like a big question there.
Can you tell me a little bit about the channel, please? Like,
the
what do
channel,
you do?
yeah.
Like, what do you do regularly? What do you play? What's your vibe there?
So, as it was pointed out at the beginning of this intro, like, yes, I'm a cat online. I do a VTuber. We've gone through different iterations at this point, and my current VTuber is actually based on a cat helmet that I bought so I can do IRL streams. There was a time that I did like 2 or 3 like cooking streams, and so then this latest model is literally based on that helmet, like the eyes, the face, everything. And essentially what I do is I just play everything, really. I play video games for the most part. Now that I have a daughter, it's a little bit tougher until she gets a little bit older, or I get a better space to do the IRL thing again. But I just play video games. I play mostly, even lately on the channel, you'll see a lot of like Destiny, because like me and Kuj, another guy that you're familiar with, Blue, as well. Yep. We both enjoy Destiny, and we've managed to gather a group of friends to do that a lot. But outside of Destiny, like, I kind of just play anything. There really is. You'll see things on my channel that go from like recently Mass Effect to Crusader Kings 3, if you ever heard of that. It's like a 4X type game with role playing in it. It's actually more like I guess you could say Sid Meier, and you can also say like Stellaris, stuff like that.
Okay.
It's more of that kind of 4X where you lead a nation, but there's the roleplay aspect where you actually play as the king. So there are like little story things that happen. It's a nice balance between like the Civilization 4X and then like also being a king, and it's like, oh, you go do affairs and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's hard to describe, but it's a 4X game at the end of the day. But like even like games like 7 Days to Die, which are like survival games, Lethal Company I've played plenty of times on the channel, Baldur's Gate 3. Like I'm all over the place, honestly. If it's a good game, I usually jump into it. It's all that really matters to me.
Yeah, yeah. So as we mentioned, you use a cat VTuber. Your avatar is a black cat with a white vertical line on the face. Now we know where it came from, but like, where did the idea of using a VTuber come from? Like, why did you choose to be a VTuber instead of like, I know that there's a lot of people that use that, but like, are you camera shy, or did you just like want to keep your identity secret, or what?
I think when I first started I was camera shy. That's not the reason why though. There was several reasons for it. One was that another reason was safety. So like I've been doing this for a long time, Blue. I actually looked up my first clip as Nurbo the cat, which actually at that time I was still another name. I was Nurbo89, which was like my default Twitch name. And at that time I did decide to go with the VTuber because at that time, that was like 7 years ago. This was 2017. So it's been a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a while. And at that time, there was a lot of the IRL streaming was starting up, and a lot of crazy things were happening where like people were getting DDoSed, people were getting stalked essentially because they would see the IRL stuff and like do crazy things where they look at like signs and houses and come find these people. And that was a bit of a concern because at the time, like, I wasn't married yet, but I was engaged. And I was concerned for my family in that sense. So, like, that became a thing where it was like, okay, I'm not going to put any public information out there. I'm not going to even show my face. Full disclosure, I kind of had a job at the time. I still have it, technically. I don't really practice it. But I had a job where I did, like, real estate and, like, my information was out there. So it wouldn't be too hard to like find me if you really tried, you know what I mean? And because of that, I decided to go that route because there was another person who I started watching. He never got like huge, but he does well for himself. This guy called The One Manny, and he does the face rig Doge. He was one of the first people to do it, actually. And when I saw that and found out about face rig and stuff through him, I looked into it for myself, and that's when I had the first cat avatar. Which was like a default on there, and I kind of played around with a little bit of the textures and so on. Another reason why I did it was I have this thing, and you guys don't see it on stream, but you know, everyone has this, I feel, like the focus face, the game face, you know what I mean? When you get really into it. I do this weird thing, I've been told many times, because I don't realize I'm doing it, from like my wife and other people. I do this weird thing where I start twirling my tongue while I'm playing. Oh, yeah. So it looks weird. It looks really weird, but gladly the cat avatar doesn't really pick it up. You might see it sometimes, and now that I said it, you might notice it more. Like if I get into a game hard, you might see my mouth just moving on its own. It's me doing that without even realizing it. So the cat avatar ended up being a great thing to also hide that. And that's kind of it. Like it was those three reasons for the most part.
Yeah,
now that time's gone on, though, I don't have the camera shyness. I don't think so, at least.
Yeah, I am. Well, not I am, but like I have a thing that I do sometimes if I'm like not hyper focused, like even more than hyper focused, like extremely focused, where I like forget to blink at some points. Like whereas, let's say, sometimes when I play what's it called, Power Wash Simulator, I just forget to blink, and then I reach a point where I'm like, Blue, blink, hey, I like do the finger snap, hey, blink.
Does that give you like dry eye or something like that?
Maybe, yeah, I don't think so.
You don't get like no eye irritation or anything like that? So if that's the case, then you're fine. It seems like your body's just used to it then.
Yeah, sometimes I also probably stutter or like get stuck on words or like repeat myself if I'm really hyper focused, or if like I get lost a lot in games. But okay, so about the name now, about the username. I know that you had it for a long time, but like what's the lore behind Nurbo? Like you're known as Nurbo the cat. What's the lore behind Nurbo?
It's a really simple story, really easy. Like I said, I first started out as Nurbo 89, because like my birth year and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm an oldie. But Nurbo is just an anagram on my name. I literally just took my name and moved the letters around, and that's how I came up with Nurbo. And then the cat came on later on because like there was other people coming into my channel who were like Nurbo this or Nurbo that. Apparently, I'm not the only Nurbo on Twitch. And eventually I was like, you know what? I don't want to be just a number. I'm a cat avatar. I play this cat. I'm going to be Nurbo the cat. And that's how that came about. But yeah, if you play around with the letters of Nurbo, you'll know what my first name is. It's really not that hard.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to do the anagrams, but okay, funny thing, and not making fun of you, but like the first thing I got is like boner.
you added an extra letter there, but
No, it's like BONUR, boner. Like I switched them, yeah.
I mean, you're not too far off though. You're not too far off. I'll make it easier for you. You got the B right. Now just throw an R in front of it, and you can probably figure out the rest.
So it's not a usual name, I guess. Okay, I'll figure it out.
It's totally usual. It's so usual. It's annoying when people start telling me about movies and singers.
Now my brain is like.
Yeah. It's not a secret. It's not like I don't keep it as a secret. My first name is Bruno.
Oh my god!
Now you see it.
Oh my god! Such an epic fail. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I didn't even go there.
Oh god, I hate it so much when people find that out. They're like, "Oh, like the movie? Oh, like Bruno Mars?"
No.
So
Bruno is like,
much.
It's a normal name. I didn't even go to the movies or anything. Like, I'm like, okay, I know a Bruno IRL, but like, I couldn't make up Bruno from Nurbo.
It's so common, especially like in the European and South American names. It's so common that like I grew up in a pretty heavy immigrant area, so every class I played soccer when I was a kid and everything. Like there was always two or three. It was so annoying.
Yeah. So is my IRL name, which is Elijah or Elias or whatever, because Elias is my middle name, and my name is it's like actually Elia, like Elia. It's a French variation of Elijah, so it's my grandfather's name. So I go by Elijah sometimes. So it's very common. Because I was in a school where like there was no one else named that, even though it's a very common name here. But like my school was near the capital, and we have like 19 religions here. So there wasn't a common Elijah except me. So yeah.
That must be nice. I'm telling you, man, because it really sucks when like I even still experience that with my own family. My wife's nephew is also Bruno. So anytime someone says Bruno, it's like everybody looks. It's like that's so annoying. You have no idea. Like I've had to deal with that my entire life. It sucks. But it's not a bad name. It's just that's the only irritating part. So you having like not having to deal with that as much must be fantastic. Like
outside of school, I deal with it every day because there's like 7,000, if not more, of us with this name.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do you remember what was the first game you ever streamed on Twitch?
Yeah, actually, I kind of mained it for a long time. It was all I streamed for a while. So when I first started streaming, there's actually a two-part to that. I don't really count it. And I don't even remember what year that was. So the year I gave you is when I actually like started doing it. I technically started streaming in my parents' basement.
Like took it seriously, you mean?
Yeah, so I'm not counting that. That was like for 2 months. It was in my parents' basement on like an Xbox, and like I didn't have my setup at all. Like not even close to a setup. And like I stopped doing that because like my parents didn't really give me a lot of privacy in that basement, and it just became an issue to try to do that. So when I eventually moved out, got in this condo, was engaged to my wife, then I started doing it, and that's the 2017 date that I gave you. That time, I had two other friends who I was playing games with at the time, all the times, and the thing that sucks is like even they like I said, I didn't really like people who played games. Like it was all like sports ball people or like these two people who played only League of Legends. That was it. That's all they played, and that's all I streamed for like a good while. I actually want to say no, I didn't get affiliate. I was almost at affiliate with just League of Legends.
Yeah, and getting affiliate back then is different, way different than now. I heard back then Twitch was like you needed to have 100 followers instead of 50, and you needed to stream like same as now, like 7 days, 7 different days, but you needed like probably a different amount of hours than now. I don't know. That someone told me that.
I don't remember. I remember my only issue I had for a good while was the consistent viewership, I think. Like that took me a while, but that was partially my fault. I always treat it, and I still treat it like it's a hobby. I don't make anywhere near enough to even support myself, so it's always going to be a hobby until the day that like it can actually pay the bills. And at the end of the day, what I did is at that time is it was like my come home, have a beer type of thing. You know what I mean? Like it was my come home, de-stress for the day and play a couple of games. And streaming was that for me. And so at the time, like I had the followers for a good while. I think for like almost a whole year I had the followers. And I had the hours without a problem because I was doing it like every day.
Yeah.
The problem was the average viewership because at that time, your viewers, or at least for me, like I'd have people always coming in at different times. So like at the time, I think they wanted you to maintain like 5, I think 3 to 5. I think I don't remember if it was 3 yet.
Yeah.
Or if it was 5. I don't remember.
I think today it's like 3 or 2 point something. I don't know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so like because of that, I streamed every day because people would come in at different times of the day. Like that average would kill me because there were days where like I would get 10 viewers, but then it shows like, oh, for 4 hours you're averaged out to 2 point this. Meanwhile, like there's a huge spike at this 1 hour, but the rest of the hours I had like 1 or 2 people, and that would mess up everything, and that would constantly happen throughout the week. And then there was weekends where I never got a lot because like I never had lurkers. Honestly, like if people were there, they were active in chat. That the whole lurker thing is a culture that I feel like came around probably 4 or 5 years ago. So like when I first started about 7 years ago, like I never saw lurkers. Like it was like if people came in, they'd say hi, they hang out, they chat for a while, then they would leave. And go to do whatever the hell they're doing or go to another channel. I don't know.
Yeah, there's something that I said in the previous episode to my guest. I told her that, and I'm gonna be telling you as well. So I did kind of like a study like this past year on Twitch. I don't usually look at my viewers or viewer count, but like I did do that for a while, and then I learned something that if you get traded, let's say with 20 people, and you already have 4, it should be 24, right? Yeah. So let's say you got traded with, as I said, 20 people. The first minute that the raid goes through and the views go up, it will say more than that, because those are counted as not only lurkers but sleeper viewers. Sleeper viewers are not bots. They are more like people who are either sleeping, we're watching a streamer and then sleeping. They are on a raid train, they're tabbed in, refresh correctly, they got it muted. Maybe some streamers have their voices and the game very low, whereas if you put the stream at 1%, as a lurker, it doesn't even pick up their voice and it sleeps the tab. So this explains a lot. I've noticed that a lot.
That actually is another thing. Back then, muted didn't count towards viewership. I don't know why that was the case, but if people muted streams, they wouldn't count you as a viewer.
Yeah.
Back then. So like that was another thing. So like that even messed up your average. So if someone put you on mute, forget it. And the cycle for like the counter that you're talking about, I think it was like every 5 minutes it would update.
Yeah, every 5 minutes, but also like you might notice like a huge dip. Sometimes, let's say 24, and you held like your viewers be in the 20s for like a decent amount of time. Let's say 50 minutes. Then you start noticing a huge decrease. Like you went from 24 to 11, and then an hour later they go back to 24. I don't know what that is, but I think this was either Twitch sometimes just has hiccups, or they're, as I said, either lurkers, sleeper viewers. That counts only the ones that are using something besides Chrome, because Chrome sadly doesn't let you mute the tab. It lets you mute the site, which is a hassle.
I mean, I'm able to mute stuff on Chrome.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I use Chrome and I mute stuff all the time.
Yeah.
It actually has a problem with Reddit, but that's a whole nother problem. But funny enough that you say that, because I think that's still going on. Because like I see my streams, that happens all the time. So, like I'll have like 7-8 viewers, and then I drop down to like 2.
And by the end of the stream,
not even the end of the stream, like a minute or two later, boom, I'm at like 6, and then it's like.
Not necessarily a minute later. As I said, it takes like a huge chunk of time to go back up. Because yesterday I did that test again. So I had like 26 at some point, and then I dipped to 10. It didn't bum me out because I know that it's gonna go up. So I ended up rating out with like 23 in the end. Because some people do it where like, okay, now's the time to raid before your viewership goes down. No, I don't do that. My constant times are between 2 to 4 hours. If I'm doing something that I'm super comfortable with, I go on for 5 or 6. My longest, outside of like events and birthday streams, is probably 5 hours and 50 minutes.
Yeah. Pretty long stream. That'll definitely like take a chunk of your time. Yeah. I see it happen. I on my end, I see it happen every like couple of minutes. That happens. My numbers are constantly fluctuating, and they fluctuate by like halves. At sometimes, like it's crazy. Like, but I don't know if it's the same thing. If not, maybe not.
Yeah, because you know that Twitch sometimes people have like 7 tabs running, and Twitch only counts the first 2 tabs you opened. If you are, it's a hassle. If you are, if you have a streak on a stream, and that streamer went live as your 3rd tab, if you know what I mean. So let's say your favorite streamer goes live at 2 p.m. PST. Let's say you had tabs open since like 1 p.m. PST. Then that's a hassle. You'd have to just refresh that stream that started at 2 p.m. first, then refresh the second one, and then refresh the others. Sometimes it takes a lot. It takes many refreshes, but it works in the end. Because I have a streak. I have a streak that's like 175 on my friend's channel, and I don't want to lose it. I'm really scared.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well,
I've never seen a streak that high. That's crazy.
It's not.
I'm impressed when I see double digits, but holy shit.
It's not that I'm like, not because I'm his mod or anything, but like, I really was there like long before. So yeah. But how many hours per day or week in general do you spend on Twitch? Not only streaming.
Usually I try to do 3 hours. I recently, after the baby was born, I kind of had to mix it up a little bit. I turned Tuesdays into like an actual day off, and Saturdays just so I can like do some behind the scenes stuff, and for Saturdays to just let my wife have a day to herself. So I watch the baby those days. So I've been doing like 5 days lately, since the baby's been born, to about 3 hours, but honestly, like I do more than that. Let me see here. So Destiny. I have to bring up Destiny for this. When I do Destiny, I do raids and stuff like that. They always end up being more than 3-hour streams. Later today, we're actually gonna do a raid. And like, I'm not joking. On the average on those, it's usually 4 hours plus. I've had in the past, man, streams that were like 10 hours long because of raids, and that was when I was hardcore into it. Now, you know, with Cooge and the people we're with, Snow and all that stuff, it's more casual, it's more fun. But if you want to know what I do on a weekly basis, let's see here. I can actually check that on the analytics.
No. Like in general, as in like how many times, like, do you have lurk tabs open right now? Like, do you say hi? Like that? That's what I meant. In general.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, that all the time. Like, I as far as like my thing, I'm always lurking someone. If there's anyone I know who's online, I'm always lurking them. I never turn off my computer, like, ever, unless I need to restart it just for like a quick refresh. I'm always lurking people, all the times. Like, funny enough, I actually met her through you. I have Nana Salad lurking
Nana
right
Salad,
now.
she's amazing. Yep.
Yeah. Like, I'm always lurking people, and you were talking about the sleeper thing. I never realized there was a term for that, but like, I sleeper lurk all the time.
No,
like,
I invented that term because I noticed it happening. Like, for example, let's say Nurbo the cat. You're counted as a lurker, but sometimes when I refresh in my community tab, you're gone. Then when I refresh an hour later, you're there. So probably your tab died, because my stream tends to buffer for some people, especially in the US. Like, Hama tells me it buffers sometimes for them, or there's like delays or anything. Because one time I've asked someone, "How are you?" and then 30 seconds later or a minute later they answered. There was no answer or anything.
Happen.
Yeah.
That could definitely happen on my end. I know when I do the Ubering thing, like, I'm an Uber driver during the day. Like, sometimes I have to take the stream down while I'm driving, depending on what customer is getting in my car. Because if I get like somebody who's old, they don't understand that, and they find. And plus, it also depends what the person's streaming. Your streams, for the most part, are pretty safe, so I don't do that too often with you.
Yeah.
But I've had some people who, like, I have to take down because, like, the way that they talk or react is not appropriate around other people.
Oh yeah,
sometimes.
I tend to keep my streams a safe, chill zone. I said it yesterday as well. Like, even the chaos is cozy, like chill. Like, if the most extreme thing I've done is when I was playing Squirrel with a gun. Oh my God, she took away my nuts. Give me my nuts back. And my friend was waiting for his wife. He's one of the old people, but he streams as well. So he was like, "Oh my God, I'm at the hospital," and people were looking at me like, I had to mute your stream because you were saying she has my nuts, or like, I want my nuts, give me my nuts back. And I was like, oh my God, that was so funny. Yeah, these come as an impulse. So
no, like, stuff like that's not too bad. Although, yeah, like, depending who's in the car, like, that's not appropriate. Like, sometimes you get the occasional old lady, you know what I mean? It's like, you gotta be careful what you got going on, because they get offended pretty easily.
Yeah.
Outside of that, yeah, no, like, I never stop. I do my work thing, then I come home, pick up my daughter, watch her, cook the dinner, do some house cleaning stuff. Then when the wife comes home, after she's had her dinner and the baby's had her dinner, then my wife gives her the bath, and it's like, that's when I finally do my handoff and I can go stream. My wife goes and takes care of her a little bit, puts her to sleep, and I can just stream. After I finish that, man, it's almost midnight for me. I gotta, like, call it and prepare for the next day. So, like, I turn into one of those sleep streamers, because, like, whoever I raid out, basically, they just carry me the rest of the way to wherever they want to go, you know?
Just do it one time and just notice what I'm saying. Like, for example, when I'm at work, I use Chrome because it's easier for me on one of the two PCs that are in front of me, because I work at a radio station. So the first PC that's right in front of me is just for, like, on-air stuff, like everything. And the one I use, I can mute easily because there's a mixer, but also the one I use is at my right. So there's Chrome on there, and sometimes it just dims the tab or like mutes the tab, and I've noticed that as well on Edge here, Microsoft Edge at home, where I was lurking someone, and then I noticed that the tab is muted with another name, and I forgot that day to just like tab out because I didn't want to feel like I didn't go with the raid, and even though I don't know them, like I forgot to just tab out, and then an hour later I check that tab again and I find a third name. So this is what I meant by sleeper stream, like your tab is muted or dimmed, and it takes you along the way wherever you go. You count as a sleeper stream because you came in with the raid. So yeah,
interesting. I never thought about that. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, I do it all the time, so just let it go, let it ride.
So we're gonna do some sort of like lightning round or pop quiz about you. Are you ready?
Sure.
This is segment 2. Yeah. Do you mind telling me and the listeners what's your daily routine? Like something you always do that has become regular now?
Are you talking in the sense of like streaming or just life in general?
No. Those are in general. Those are general questions.
I mean, every day in the morning, I kind of do the same thing every day. Like I do wake up in the morning, have my cup of coffee. I guess coffee, I can't start my day without coffee. I gotta have my coffee. I'm sleep like 6 hours or less a day. Like, gotta have my coffee.
Yeah, that's fair. So if you ever were to be any object or creature, and that creature being real or fictional, what would you be and why?
Fictional? I think I'd still just be a cat, man. Cat's got it so good. Just lay about all day, nothing to worry about.
I heard one of your cats earlier. They meowed.
Yeah, he's always doing that all the time. He wants attention, or he wants me to open the door, because I have to keep the door closed ever since the baby was born for noise. Like she's probably taking a nap right now.
Yeah.
Or if she comes in here, she messes with the computer, so I gotta keep it closed.
So you only have one cat?
I have the one. I used to have two. The second cat had to get rid of when she was born because the second cat became really territorial and started like peeing all over the place, including her playpen and all that stuff. I had to get rid of her.
Yeah. So what's your biggest pet peeve?
Biggest pet peeve? I've gotten over a lot of things. I guess. Man, that's tough. I guess it would have to be a gaming thing. Like, my biggest pet peeve with gaming, because like I don't really have a lot of pet peeves.
You can skip it if you're blanking out. I don't mind.
I'm not like, there's a couple things that bug me, but like I guess the biggest one is like when people don't make an effort. You know what I mean? Like, you ever played a game with like a teammate and you're trying to get things done, and like I'm all for fluffing around and messing about and having a good time and stuff like that. There are moments for that. But there's a whole nother moment when it's like you join, and I've had people do this, for example, like they join a game with you, but they make zero effort to actually contribute, and they're just expecting you to like do all the work and just carry them the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that?
Yep.
That's probably my biggest pet peeve. Like zero effort in like trying to actually contribute. Like, you don't have to be top leaderboard or you know, guy, whatever. Make an effort. Don't just like stand there and like how do I describe it? I played Destiny a long time ago with somebody who also streams, and he wanted to join in on this because it was a lot of us streaming, and he wanted to be a part of it because of that. And at the end of the day, there are different types of weapons. So when we would fight the bosses, because he didn't want to deal with ammo or anything, he would only use automatic weapons, which do like the lowest amount of DPS when you're trying to hit hard instead of like rocket launchers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he just refused to like use that stuff because like he didn't want to deal with ammo. And it's like, you're not really helping because we need the damage. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you don't gotta be top of the leaderboard, but like, give us a bit more.
I'm the opposite of that. I'm an ammo vacuum, like whereas like if you give me any type of weapon except a shotgun or a sniper, I'm bad at these. Any type of weapon, and you provide me with, let's say, these ammo, I would like use them, and still my aim would still be bad, but like I would use them, and I would like find ammo or ask for ammo or just like go in and melee myself. And I've had a lot of people like either laugh or get annoyed by me going in, and I'm like, what? I'm out of ammo. Like, what am I supposed to do? Dance like Shakira?
There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's great. That's you putting in your effort and like you trying to do stuff, right? It's the complete opposite because like Destiny has this weird thing where like primary weapons, which are basically like auto rifles, pulse rifles, hand cannons, like anything that like just does the minimalist amount of damage, has infinite ammo. You don't have to worry about picking up ammo. You don't.
Yeah.
It never runs out of ammo. And that's what people have been using a lot. Like, not people, but like that's what like some of those people who have zero effort do. Where like you have something called special ammo and heavy ammo, for example, in that game, and those are like your shotguns, your snipers. They have like things called futuristic stuff called fusion rifles and stuff like that. These things hit hard. These are meant for like bosses and taking out big targets. So it's like when you're going to fight a boss or a big target and the person's just sitting there with an auto rifle, it's like using a pea shooter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. So what's one thing or person you cannot live without?
It'd have to be gaming. I literally could not live without gaming.
Okay.
It's the only thing I do for myself, honestly, like for my mental health, for everything. Like my literal day is work, come home, watch my daughter, give her food, my wife. Like at the end of the day, if you took gaming out of my life, I would probably go insane. Because like I would have nothing to like de-stress. Like I love spending time with my wife and my daughter, don't get me wrong, but like I need my me time, and that's my only me time.
Yeah.
Like I don't go out and hang out with friends. I don't talk to
Same here.
anybody.
Same here.
You know what I mean? Like this is all I got. This is it.
Yeah.
So-
I'm like I always worry about like one day I might wake up and my PC would get broken, or like one day I wake up and all of my circle online or all my friends, it's not gonna be there. That's why I worry about, because I alienated myself from my IRL friends here, because I reached a point where I found that even my closest former best friend started being very toxic, and I needed to back away. And I haven't spoken to him since probably December of last year, because at some point he was like, okay, oh sorry, he sings, and he's the one that knows my vision. If I just blink, he would know what I want the song to sound like. And we reached a point in like 2020 where argument after argument after argument, and like screaming and shouting and pushing and shoving, it was endless. So he was like, well, you're not making me custom beats, like custom tunes and stuff. I'm like, well, I didn't have the PC in 2020. I'm like, I don't have the right tools for that. If you can provide me with a MIDI, if you can provide me with a software, if you can provide me with all the needs, I would make you beats from now until forever, probably. Just tell me what you need or work with what you have. And it reached a point where it's become like a subject that he is running away from. And then when I tested him for real, because we've been friends for like 7 years, up until like if we were still friends today, it would be 8 years. So I asked him to find me a remote job online, and his sister's best friend asked him to find her a remote job. He found her first, and he gave me excuses, and I was like, okay, no, that's it. That's where I draw the line. That's the last hammer or nail in the coffin, and I'm done. Yeah, because I confronted him in in August of last year, telling him like, what do you want? Like, where are we gonna get to? Like, do you want to work with what you have, or do you want to keep like messing around and getting away? I don't know. So yeah,
That's unfortunate, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
it's fine.
It's very different from my own experience, to be honest. Like, cause same thing here. I kind of alienated my friends, but not like it wasn't ever bad. It was more that like I said, like I grew up around. I kind of feel sad about it because like I didn't grow up being me, and I feel like I really missed out on a lot of things because of that. I grew up trying to fit in constantly, and everyone around me was sports ball and movies and music, and that's never really been my thing.
Yeah, I'm an audiovisual graduate myself, and everybody around me was like, I was like very discreet with my sexuality up to a point where I'm like, 8 years ago, I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna tell the people around me and come out and tell my mom and everything. And now I'm like, okay, so putting this aside, now we have like real life adult problems to deal with, like with the toxicity. And at some point, he also became like very bossy, even bossier than I am. Like he was like, got angry at the simplest things. If something went wrong his way, he would just like not talk to me for like ages. And I was usually the one who just said sorry first, instead of like letting him apologize first. And now I've went that far without talking to him because I'm waiting for him to make the first move this time. And he's been sending subliminal messages, whereas like he changed his WhatsApp profile picture to one of the pictures he took at my at where my job used to be, like that city, the old studio. So yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, you're probably better for that, to be honest. Like, it's not worth any more stress on it.
Okay, so since you mentioned like gaming and those, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a tough question. Which of these three things would you give up if you ever had to? Money, gaming, or love?
Shit. Man, it would probably be gaming. Yeah, it'd probably be gaming. Because like, you can't survive without money. Like, taking money out of the equation, you're essentially gonna die.
Yeah.
You can't survive in this world without money. And like, everyone needs some love, man. Like, as much as gaming helps with my mental stability, you need the love, or like you just turn into like this hateful monster of a person.
Yeah, true.
And I've seen too much of that. So like, I'd be very unbalanced, I think, at the end of the day.
True. Okay. So what's your comfort off-stream game?
Comfort off-stream game. That kind of changes all the times. Lately it's been No Man's Sky for the most part. But sometimes Destiny. I do a little bit of the grind there.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd say No Man's Sky. It's a nice like mixture of, if you've never played it, I would recommend it. It's a nice mixture of kind of like what Minecraft is, but there's a bit more like questing and so on going on.
And less blocks and less squares and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's building and all that stuff. Yeah, it's not square at all. Or it doesn't have that kind of stuff, but like,
yeah.
Well, it's a heavy craft. Yeah. Heavy. But there's like questing, so like you kind of have directions you can go in.
Okay. So if your life was ever to be a video game, what would it be called and why?
Are you saying what video game I'd want to live in?
No,
or are you saying
if your life was turned into a video game, what's the title? What would the title be? Yeah.
I don't know. Broke man chases dreams. I have no clue. I have no clue, man.
That's a cool one, yeah. Mine would be either ... or question mark, or even WTF, or what now? What now? Like, what now?
Yeah. Like I feel that sometimes too. I can totally relate to that.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's one thing you spend a lot of money on besides games?
Probably my car. God, that car has been breaking down so much.
Uh,
uh,
yeah,
yeah, I don't really spend money on anything. If it's not for my stream setup, I don't spend anything outside of your daily stuff. So like grocery shopping, food. I guess food, maybe. If
okay,
you're talking lifetime, but yeah,
yeah,
lately, man, my car's been breaking down a lot. I've taken it to the shop like 5 times already this year alone. It's been hurting my wallet like
yeah.
crazy.
I feel that. So if you had one special superpower, what would it be and why, and how would you use it?
I've actually thought about this for a long time, and it's always changing.
Mhm.
One would be like either mind reading. There's so much you can accomplish in the world without even being a superhero. Just live good would be that. And another thing I thought about was like future sight. Like God, man, like you would just never have to worry about anything anymore if you just had some future sight. Imagine like not even to the degree that like you can go and see, I don't know, like years into the future, but like if you could even just see like a day or two in advance, like
Yeah,
man, you could set your whole life up to the point that you never have problems.
yeah. Mine would be teleportation.
Ah, that's a cool one.
Yeah. I am one of those people that's thirsty to know their future, like giving the circumstances that we have here lately with the war and everything. I'm really, really thriving, and I'm really impatient to see, like, okay, when is this gonna end? Because, as I said, I work at a radio station, and it's the same patriotic songs, the same classical music all the time, and I want something like my regular pop music or my regular the songs that I like or just normal songs playing on the radio.
That's a cool job, though. I'm not gonna lie, the whole radio station thing, like, it explains why you're like such a good speaker. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, maybe because I'm audiovisual student or audiovisual grad, I worked with celebrities as well. I had a podcast here in Arabic before that where I interviewed kind of the same theme, but like with like local singers, local actors, local celebrities, and they gave me the hardest of times. I stopped at episode 88 after like 2 years because of I've had it. Like, okay, one, I'm starting to not have much time for myself, and two, or the podcast, and two, I was like, okay, I'm done with being with hearing like, oh, you're not famous, you're not known, we cannot be a guest. I'm really, I got tired of these. Like, okay, what do I have to do? Like, back rub someone, like sleep with someone? I don't know. Yeah,
The industry is like, I mean, it's no surprise that everyone's trying to get exposure. So
I'm just making
yeah,
content. Like, if I get famous, I get famous. So be it. I don't care. But like, I'm just making content. Like, just be humble, be decent. It's not gonna end your career if you gave a nobody an interview.
yeah, they don't think that way though.
Yeah,
They're trying to think of their exposure. They don't care about somebody else at the end
yeah,
of the day.
yeah. Okay, so what's something you always wanted to learn but you couldn't find time for?
So many things, man. So many things. I've always dabbled in a lot of things. I never like fully learned a lot of things. So like guitar, for example, like I dabbled in it, never actually really learned it.
Acoustic or electric?
I have both. I have both honestly, and I've done the finger picking. I've done the non-finger. I would do both. It really made no difference to me.
Okay.
But on top of that, like programming in general, like I went to school for this and like ended up dropping out. God, I wish I like had the ability to stay and like really do the programming thing. Like my whole life would be very different at that point because
Yeah.
that's like a career in itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I was lucky because my uncle was a local singer here. He used to sing in restaurants and give like gigs and stuff. And he offered me to teach me how to play the piano or the org, like the org, as a kid.
Mm.
And I was like, nah, I let it. Now I regret it so badly. I'm like, okay, now he's at a stage of his life where he's like, still in his 50s, and he's extremely ill. Like he has the cancer. So I'm like, okay. So I wish I really learned. I wish I took advantage. So now I tend to just like any opportunity I get, I try to grab it. If it's gonna affect me or not, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, that's a good mindset to
Yeah,
have.
yeah. Okay. So what would you do with $1 million?
We have that conversation all the times with my wife.
Oh,
I have that conversation. She likes to play the lottery and she likes to dream that we actually win. Even though your chances are like 1 in a trillion of even getting the numbers. But I've thought about that like crazy. Like $1 million is nothing. We've actually had the conversations if like she actually wins like the lottery, which is like sometimes 100 million, or I think recently it was like 800 million. What we do here is we put the lottery. There's two ways you can take the lottery. You can take it as a big cash payout, or you could take it in 30 years, where they break it up into like 30-year payments. $1 million. If I had $1 million just flat out ready to go, I would buy some investments. I would most likely stop working altogether, and my investments would basically be my job at the end of the day. So like I have a background in real estate, so I'd probably buy like a building and like live off of those rents. And then at that point, like, yeah, I'd probably get like a new car. I'd probably build out my setup here to the way that I want it. I'd probably buy a house. Like $1 million doesn't get you as far as it could in the past. Like, I'd probably be tapped out at just buying a building.
yeah. Yeah,
Honestly,
that's fair. That's
like $1
fair.
million doesn't go very far nowadays, like it used to.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so this is a three-part question. What's one of your all-time favorite songs?
Man, I was never really into music. Like, I have a lot of songs that like I hear them and I love them, but like all-time favorite songs,
Or some song that you're keeping on repeat lately?
yeah, like I barely listen to music. I don't think I have an answer for that.
Okay, you can skip it
Late.
if you want. We can skip it. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'll have to skip that one because like
Okay.
I don't really like listen to music at all, man. Like especially
Okay.
lately, it's all baby music.
Okay. So what's one of your all-time favorite movies?
I think at the moment I would have to say the Expendable series. Like that's just so good. Like I love how hard they memed in those movies, and like it's just good, stupid
Yeah.
action. Honestly, like
How many
so
movies
good.
are they of the Expendables? Like 3 or 4?
The first two are the best ones, but I believe there's 4. I actually haven't
Yeah.
seen the 4th one, but like the first two are phenomenal. The third one, it starts to like lose a little bit of what it was,
Yeah.
because it originally started as a passion project. Like none of these actors got paid big money. It was all like a passion project. Get a bunch of these old known actors that haven't done anything forever, like Sylvester Stallone. Like back then they weren't doing anything, these guys. Sylvester Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme, like these guys haven't been done anything in years. And like do something, do like a kick-ass action movie like back in the 80s and 90s. And they never really made money. Like they made these movies with like $50,000-$60,000 budgets.
Oh, wow.
Like that's no, I'm sorry, not 56,000, $50-$60 million budgets, which is nothing nowadays.
That's still, yeah, but that's still something. Like probably even smaller budget movies. Some of them have made it big. You know, with like a budget of like 10 million or even 1 million, they became like a blockbuster success.
I'll give you an example. Around the same time of those movies, you had Iron Man. He got paid like 200 million.
Yeah.
Just Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man 2. Just for Iron Man 2. He got paid 200 million. That's more than both movies combined.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm not that much into Marvel because I'm more of a DC fan. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So if you what's one of your all-time favorite TV shows or series?
I am a big anime guy. Like TV shows I don't do too much of.
Yeah, that
but
counts.
I do anime.
That counts, yeah.
And as far as anime goes, probably one of my favorites would be the Rurouni Kenshin series. I loved that series. They actually just started remaking it, which is kind of funny. But that's like a fun like little anime about like a samurai guy who back in the during like it's pretty historical. Like it talks about the era of when I forget what era went to what era. 'Cause this is pretty old, but he basically was like an assassin samurai during that time and helped build the current dynasty. And then like the story takes on after that, where it's like now he's just living this life of a Ronin. Ronin's basically a samurai that doesn't serve any master. He just wanders the land. And that's kind of like what the story goes on. He like meets this girl, kind of stays in this town for a while with her, but then, you know, forces start to like try to bring down the era again, and he's being called back to like defend the era that he helped to build. It's pretty good. It's a really, really good story.
Okay. So if you had the chance to switch lives with one celebrity from today for one day, who would you pick and why?
I would probably... It would probably have to be like Matt Mercer or something like that. Okay. Mainly because like I have an interest in voice acting, and like having that career I feel like would be really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Like he that guy is in everything.
Oh.
Like he has voice act like everything.
I've never heard of him, funny enough.
You start paying attention to your voice actors in your video games, you've probably played a multitude of games alone this year that have him in it. And not even realized it.
Can you name me one of them, probably? Or one character from the game you're gonna name?
I mean, he's in like everything, but let's see here. What have you played recently?
Me?
Yeah, what have you played recently?
Well, during Halloween, during October, yeah. I played a lot of like spoopy games, so my focus was on like the Dead Rising series.
I don't remember if he's in that one. He probably is.
Yeah.
Like he is. Let me see here. Some of the bigger ones that he's done. He's McCreed in the Fallout 4 game. He is
McCreed. Yeah, I know McCreed. Okay, I know who you mean. I know who you mean now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in so many things, man. Like game wise. It sucks because like I'm going through his I like IBM whatever thing.
IMDb.
Yeah, he's got so much stuff that hasn't even released yet, and it's all on here.
Because IBM is like a brand. It's like a brand of like PC monitors.
Yeah, well, IMDb, yeah.
Internet Movie Database, yeah, IMDb.
Yeah, like he's been in a lot of things, animes. He's been in video games. He's just a really, really like well known, and it's funny, like if you start paying attention to some of the games you play, he's in more stuff than you realize.
Okay.
Like that you've played.
Yeah. Okay. The following are like food related questions.
Okay.
What is your favorite drink of choice?
Iced tea. I'm a big iced tea guy.
Lemon, peach, berries. Which flavor?
I do like my sweet tea, but if not, like lemon is definitely the way to go. I don't mind peach.
Lemon
like,
all
I'm really
the way
not that
me.
picky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lemon's good. Like I like my sweet tea, which is just normal tea with sugar. But like I do like lemon teas every now and then, and like green teas. Like I'm just like anything iced tea. I'm good.
Nice.
Honestly.
Nice. What's your favorite comfort food of all time?
Pizza, for sure. Pizza.
Which type of pizza?
I definitely lean more towards like the buffalo or bacon chicken ranch type pizzas.
Oh.
Those are definitely probably my two favorites. But like anything with like I go to pizza places that have like a bunch of pies out, and then like you can just grab a slice. And they're all like different types of things. I love going to those places because like I'll always do something different. Like I had something recently, which is something I've never seen before. It was like a round pizza, but the bread is thicker, almost like a Sicilian style. And what they did is they put the cheese and then the sauce and everything. So they basically flipped it, and they called that an upside down pizza. And that was so freaking good. It's like they didn't do anything special except like just flip everything. So like all the sauce is on top and all the cheese is on the bottom.
Oh wow!
And it was so good, man. And the funny thing is, like, you can't order that apparently to go or anything like that. They only sell it there, and you can only buy it as a slice. I've tried before to, like,
Oh,
let
wow.
me get one of those.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've tried to order for delivery. They don't do it.
Maybe have you even tried like doing takeaway? Like you order it, you take it home, or they
No,
only
they
just
don't do it.
ah okay.
No.
Have
You
you
can only
tried
get
ordering
slices there.
a full one?
It's not. Yeah, I've tried. It's not on the menu. It's
Okay.
only if they like. They don't even have it every day. It's every now and then they have it. I don't know if
Okay.
it's like a special cook
Okay.
that comes in, but like, yeah, it's the only place I've ever seen that's done that. But like, I've done a bunch of different things. Like those pasta pizzas, I'm not a huge fan of, but
Yeah.
I've tried a couple. Like, I'll go to these places and like, let me get that. Like, let me get a chicken Caesar pizza, like, which is also pretty good. Like, I'll do stuff like that. Pizza is
Oh, yeah.
my ultimate. I can eat that for the rest of my life without a problem.
We have something similar to chicken Caesar here, but it's more like marinated chicken, marinated chicken slices or marinated chicken like pieces with garlic and garlic sauce and tomato sauce. It's something that we do as a fast food here, but they use those, the marinated chicken, they put it on the pizza here.
That sounds good.
Yeah, my
That sounds
favorite
really good.
is pineapple pizza, hands down.
That I won't do. That's the one pizza I will not do. Oh god, I do not like that.
And to anger some people, I like putting ketchup on it.
That's a first. Okay, that's a like, I've seen people put ketchup and all these other sauces on these pizzas, but like pineapple pizza with ketchup, that's a first. I've never heard of
Especially on the pineapple slices.
that. That is a first. Okay. All right. Hey, I'm not gonna yuck your yum. It's not for me, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna yuck your yum.
Another weird food combination that I like is ketchup on rice. It's so good.
I've done that before. It is pretty good. I can vouch for you on that one. It is
Nice.
actually really good.
Nice. Okay, so what's the weirdest food you've ever had?
Weirdest food I've ever had. Probably turkey food. And I can't really give you the name of the dish because it was like the one time.
Turkey as the bird or turkey the country?
Turkey the country.
Turkish, yeah.
Turkish, yeah. A couple of friends wanted to go to this place that they heard of, and we went there. That was probably the weirdest thing I've ever had because, like,
Yeah.
we were ordering something that was kind of like a chicken, looked like a stew for the most part, but it was with like noodles and stuff like that. But the weirdest thing about it was that it was like sweet as if in like I kind of felt like it had like sugar in it or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't like terrible, but it was just weird because I'm just not used to that kind of like thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I highly recommend you try Lebanese food. You're gonna love. We have a lot of good things. If you ever find a Lebanese restaurant where you live, I'm pretty sure in the US there's a shit ton of them. But just go try Lebanese food. You're gonna fall in love. We don't have a lot of weird things, but we have a lot of, like, for example, let's say we do our own take of like spicy potato. It's like potato cubes. We put like spices to make it spicy. We put a little bit of like herbs. I forgot what we used specifically, and we put a little bit of like peppermint on it. Not peppermint. What's it called? Oh my god, pepper. That's the one. It's
Here's a
so
question for
good.
you then, because I am a big foodie, and I always ask this. You know how like there's like a good starter dish to introduce somebody to like a culture of something. So like if you tell people like, hey, I want to try Thai food, get a chicken pad Thai.
Mhm.
Want to try Philippine, get a pho. Well, what would be the Lebanese version of that? What would be like the good like
Something-
start with this?
Something called it's one of our traditional foods. It's called fattoush. Yeah, it's a salad basically with radish, lettuce. Even like they fry pita bread and they make them to a point. They fry them to a point where like they become not very solid, not to a point where you break your teeth. No, but like they become a little bit crunchier, like super crunchy. They put them in. Some people add chicken to it. Some people just I recommend that, and I will send you another recipe, the one about that marinated chicken that we use. It's called tawuk or tawuk. It's so good.
Okay.
It's wow. You put some of that, like you marinate the chicken in like probably a sauce using like tomato paste or something, but it's so good. You add garlic to it. You can add like ketchup, fries with it, and then use pita bread and wrap them all. And wow, you're gonna have a foodgasm after that.
Okay, I'm gonna try to remember those.
Yeah.
See if I can find a place nearby.
If you ever want to try them and you forget the name, just send me a message on Discord. If I'm around, I'll reply.
I will definitely do that because I
Yeah.
will not remember 100%.
All right. So, what's your favorite food or a traditional food from your state?
I mean, I live in Jersey, just like Hama. I think the only thing that we have that's technically like a state food would be like hoagies, which are just like subs.
Hoagies. Oh, yeah. I know hoagies.
Yeah, that's not really anything special.
Yeah.
And my favorite food, I mean, I already said it's pizza. So
No. This one was specifically from the state you live in. Like, for example,
From the
like I
state?
introduced you
I mean, I
to
love
our
subs.
traditional
Yeah,
food.
I love my subs, and you can get all manner of kind of subs here.
Mhm.
Like you can go with cold subs, which are like just cold cuts on with cheese and lettuce, tomatoes, all that stuff. Or you can even go with the hot subs, which can be pretty fun, like buffalo chicken subs and things like that, bacon chicken ranch subs. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you can do all that stuff. Like anything you like. Jersey, I didn't even realize this was a Jersey thing because like I've lived in my life, but you can put pretty much anything on a sub and like you'll find it. It's really not unheard of.
Okay. Yeah. So this is kill.
Uninstalls like you get one playthrough. That's it. You're done.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I've noticed that my mouse is like when I click once, it double clicks, so it didn't record, but that's fine. We all know play, delete, uninstall. That also includes the whole franchise.
Okay.
And you have 3 jokers. Keep in mind that you have 3 jokers. These jokers allow you to either delete all of the games during one of the questions or keep them all. You cannot keep 1 and delete 2 or keep 2 and delete 1. You cannot. If you feel like you're stuck on a question or you're blanking out, you can easily skip. Infinite skips.
Okay.
But you
So
cannot.
only 3 jokers.
Yeah, but you cannot skip like 5 or 6 questions unless you really don't know them. So we're gonna start with Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, and Battlefield.
Oh, that's a tough one. Mostly because I'm not really super invested in any of them, but
Hmm.
there are good memories of the older stuff.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a whole franchise here. I think Counter-Strike would be my delete.
Okay.
I've never, ever got into Counter-Strike. The only time I ever touched Counter-Strike was the one time that my chat wanted me to play it, which was like CSGO when it went free to play, and that was hacker-filled. So I've never had any kind of Counter-Strike background or the love for it. So that's an
Okay.
easy delete. I think Battlefield will have to be my uninstall, and Call of Duty would be my play.
All right. Fair enough.
Just because the campaigns, man, I grew up on a lot of those campaigns.
No
Although, like
worries.
old Battlefield was so good.
No worries. So the next ones, this just a disclaimer. This segment is where I get to be evil and a little bit of like a dick. So expect a lot of evil games or evil things in this segment. Probably the next one is one. So Destiny 2,
I mean, like,
Warframe, and
Okay.
Helldivers.
ooh, that's good.
Mhm.
Shit, that's really good. You literally grabbed 3 games that I've put a lot of hours into. I guess that's what makes this fun, right? It's got to be something that really makes you like think about.
Yep.
I think, God, I'm gonna hate saying this. I think my play would be Destiny 2, mainly because I'm playing it a ton lately.
Mhm.
Although it's not in the best place technically compared to the other 2 games. Uh, I would, I think, put Helldivers as my. No.
You can use a joker. Remember that you have 3 jokers.
Oh yeah, then yeah, I'm gonna use a Joker on all 3 of these.
Okay,
Like
keep
I don't
them.
want to lose any of these games.
We're keeping them then. We're keeping them. Okay.
Yeah, we're keeping them.
All right. Apex, Fortnite, Valorant.
I think Fortnite would be my play.
Okay.
I have no crazy love for any of these games, but I have
Okay.
a lot of friends who play Fortnite, and I like playing with my friends, so that would be my play. Uninstall would be Valorant, and then I would probably put the Apex as my delete.
Okay. PUBG, Overwatch 2, and Halo.
Halo would definitely be my play. Uninstall would be Overwatch, and PUBG can go. Yeah, I never had any love for that game.
Yeah. Valheim, Stardew, Minecraft.
Minecraft would be my delete. I know a lot of people are gonna hate that I said that. Minecraft would be my delete.
Okay.
Stardew would probably be my play. And what was the third game?
Valheim.
Valheim. Oh wait, no, hold on. Yeah, I think Stardew would be my uninstall then. I think Valheim would be my play.
Okay. And delete is
Yeah.
Minecraft. All right. So
Yeah, Minecraft's got.
Gears of War, The First Descendant, Once Human.
Oh, Gears of War play, 100%. I would probably put First Descendant on the uninstall list and delete Once Human.
Okay. God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, and Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, that's good. I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, but I can already tell it's a game I would love. All 3 of these games are definitely right up my alley.
All right.
I think I'm gonna use a Joker on all 3 of those. Yeah,
All right.
Those are definitely 3 games that I would definitely put tons of hours into.
Okay. I'm gonna up the jokers to 4, so you have two remaining jokers.
Okay.
So the next ones are Baldur's Gate, Elden Ring, and Diablo.
Shit.
It's gonna get tougher and tougher.
I'm gonna have to use another Joker there.
All right. You can also skip, by the way, if you want to spare your jokers.
Yeah, I would keep all of those. Nah, I'll keep all of those.
Keep all of those. Bloodborne, the Dark Souls series, Lies of P.
Ooh. Oh, that's my wheelhouse. I have to use the last Joker here. I have to.
Okay.
I can't get rid of those type. Like I love that genre so much.
Okay. We're keeping them. Black Myth Wukong, Sekiro, Lords of the Fallen.
I think Lords of the Fallen would be my delete.
Okay.
I know the new one looks really good, and I think I'd enjoy it. But I actually played the first ever Lords of the Fallen, and that was the biggest piece of trash I've ever played. Sekiro would probably be my uninstall, and Wukong would probably be my play.
Okay. Throne and Liberty, Halo, and Warhammer.
I would delete the Throne and Liberty.
Okay.
Halo would probably be my uninstall there, and I'd probably go with Warhammer as my play.
All right. Quake, Doom, Elder Scrolls series.
Quake for delete. Elder Scrolls would be play, and then uninstall would be the
Doom. Okay. Lethal Company, Content Warning, Among Us.
Lethal Company, I think, would be my play. I think Content Warning would actually be my delete, and Among Us would be my uninstall.
Okay, now we are slowly going into the horror aspect of the games. Next ones are Phasmophobia, The Outlast Trials, and Demonologist.
No, I don't even know Demonologist, so that's an easy delete for me.
Okay.
I think Outlast would be my play, and Phasmophobia would be my uninstall.
Okay. 7 Days to Die, Project Zomboid, The Last of Us.
Ooh. Project Zomboid would probably be my delete. 7 Days to Die would probably be my play, and then Last of Us would probably be my uninstall.
Okay. The Fallout series, Dead Space, Mass Effect.
Ooh. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Fallout series, Mass Effect, and
Dead Space.
The last one?
Dead Space.
Dead Space.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to say Fallout for delete.
Okay.
And Dead Space probably for uninstall, and Mass Effect for play.
Okay. Visage, Madison, Five Nights at Freddy's.
I don't know any of those.
Okay, so skip. Easy skip.
I mean, I know of them, but I
No worries.
don't really know much of them. So
No worries.
like...
We can skip. We can skip if you want. Okay. Dead Island, Left 4 Dead, Dying Light.
Left 4 Dead would be my delete. I actually don't like that type of game, believe it or not.
Zombie games.
I play
okay.
everything. Well, no, not zombie games. It's the isometric, 4 people hiding and 1 person trying to kill him type of thing. Like, I can never get into those type of games.
Oh, is that what Left 4 Dead is?
Oh shoot! I was thinking Dead by Daylight. I apologize.
Oh, Dead by Daylight is there,
Oh.
so it's in the questions. We're getting there.
Well, what was the ones that you said right now? Now I'm confused.
Dying Light, Dead Island, Left 4 Dead.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's my apologies. I don't know why I thought.
No worries.
Dying. I think Dead Island would be my play. I really like that type of game.
Mm-hmm.
Left 4 Dead would probably be my uninstall.
And delete for Dying Light.
I think so, man. That's a hard one.
Did you know that there's a third Dying Light coming out?
I know.
The Beast.
Nah, you know what? Maybe I'd switch that. Maybe Left 4 Dead would be my delete.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Daisy, The Forest, and The Quarry.
Daisy, Forest, and Quarry. I think Daisy would be my delete. I never really played it. I've seen people play it. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd really
Hama
be
played
into
it a
that.
lot. Hama played it a lot as well.
Yeah, I was watching it play it. I don't think I'd be really too into that game. I like the whole looter aspect, but like
Mhm.
I don't feel like there's much of a direction there.
Yeah.
I like direction in my games. Quarry would probably be my uninstall.
And the play is The Forest.
I think so.
Yeah.
Especially
Alright.
with the new one. It looks really good.
Sons of the Forest is so good. So fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Resident Evil, Alan Wake, The Evil Within.
Ooh. That's a good one. Okay. People are not gonna like what I'm gonna say. I think Resident Evil would be my delete.
Okay.
Mainly because they're all phenomenal games, but mainly because I do find, and it's a shame because we might never see another one of these, but like The Evil Within, I really like the story premise that they're going with. I really like the world that they've built there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd love to see more of it. We're probably never going to see another one of those again. What's the other one? I had it tip of my tongue and now I can't say it. What's the third game there?
I lost track of mine as well. Hold
Resident
on.
Evil. It was Resident Evil. It was
Evil
Alan
Wi-
Wake. There we go.
Alan Wake and
Alan
Evil
Wake.
Within, I think.
I love what they've done with Alan Wake, especially with this whole Remedy verse. So that would definitely, I think, be my play.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely going to be absorbed in that whole Remedy verse. Like, I want to play all of those games because, like, they're all connected in one way or another. And I love the world building. I'm a big lore guy. So, like, the lore in both those games, I feel like trumps Resident Evil to a degree. Especially because, like, Resident Evil lately has gone to a weird place. These last few games have been great, but like the story lore has gone to a very weird place, and they're great games though. They're all like 10 out of 10 games in my opinion though.
Yep.
So I think Resident Evil would be my delete.
Okay. Dead Rising, The Mortuary Assistant, and The Walking Dead.
Delete Walking Dead.
Okay.
They're not bad games, but like I don't think they hold a candle to the other two.
Yeah.
Mortuary Assistant probably be my uninstall, and Dead Rising, and that's just such a good franchise. I'd like to play all of them.
I'm gonna probably be playing the third or the fourth one, like at some point during this month. But the third one is a fan favorite, I've heard, and I've seen it. So there's like more chaos and more silliness in the second one and the first one, but that's fair. Okay. The next ones are, well, Dead by Daylight, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game.
I mean, I guess Killer Clowns would be my delete because I don't even know anyone who plays that game, or I've never seen anyone play it. Like, I have no interest in that game. Texas Chainsaw Massacre would be another one that like I don't see anyone playing this. I don't know.
You can skip it. You can skip it if you want.
Well, I mean, I the only reason why I would say Dead by Daylight would be my place because like I know people play it and I have played it. I do have the game. It's fun with friends if you all play under a certain set of rules. But outside of that, like I have no interest in it.
Okay. Okay. So the final one in the horror aspect, or the horror ones, are Silent Hills. I'm saying Silent Hills because it's a big franchise and there's more than one Silent Hill. Silent Hills, the Alien series, and Little Nightmares.
Oh, that's good. I think Little Nightmare would be my delete. Man, this is a tough one. I would say Silent Hill would be my uninstall.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what I would go with.
And play is Alien.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
They have more variety in what you can play in the Alien franchise, and like they're all really good games. Honestly, they're all good 7 to 10s. You know what I mean? Like there's not really a bad Alien game.
Yeah, they even announced Alien Isolation 2.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for that because I really liked Alien Isolation.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on with to Fall Guys, Party Animals, and Chained Together.
It's weird, but I think Party Animals would be my delete.
Okay.
Fall Guys would be my uninstall, and Chained Together would be my play. It's weird because in terms of quality, it's kind of the reverse.
Yeah.
But man, with a good group of friends, you could have so much fun in Chained Together.
Yeah. Cyberpunk, GTA, Saints Row.
I think Saints Row would be my delete. I think these are all three really good games again, but I think Saints Row would be my delete there. I'm gonna put GTA as my uninstall.
Okay.
And Cyberpunk as my play, mainly because like.
Okay.
I gotta see what GTA 6 is gonna be like, because like nobody ever sticks to GTA 5 online.
I really have big hopes and massive faith in GTA 6, and I heard people say that it might reach 200 gigabytes of file size.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
that would not.
I mean, Destiny on its own is like 150.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
Roughly,
and COD as well, like Call of Duty as well. And at some point, if you get all of the DLCs for the WWE games, the wrestling games, they reach 100 gigabytes as well.
Yeah. Now I could see that happening. I mean, GTA 5 is pretty massive.
101, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. So the next ones are Craftopia, Palworld, and Pokemon.
I think okay. So Craftopia would be definitely delete. I think Power World would be my uninstall, and Pokemon
Okay.
would be my play. I think so.
All right. So The Sims, Disney Dreamlight Valley, and Palia. Or Palia.
That's that island crafting game, right?
Yeah, where you play with others, you fish, you just... I don't think there's crafting, but there's a lot of like gardening, fishing.
It's supposed to be like that Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Harvest.
Harvestella? Harvestella?
Is it Harvestella?
There is a Harvestella, yeah.
So you said Palia,
Disney Dreamlight Valley and The Sims.
What was that though? I didn't catch that. It was something Valley.
Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Oh, that's actually getting shut down already. I don't know if you know that. So I guess that's an easy delete.
Wait, what? How?
I think I read that recently in the news that they're shutting that down. I might be
No.
but I think they're shutting that down.
Oh my god.
It's Disney Dreamlight Valley, right?
Yeah.
I think they're shutting that down. I'll look into that, let you know.
Disney
That's my delete. I think Palia would be my uninstall, and the other one would definitely be my play.
Okay. I am looking up Disney Dreamlight Valley shutting down, and all I'm finding is that the game keeps crashing, and that was very old, I think, 10 months ago, and they patched that out. So I don't think it's gonna be shutting down because there's a huge following for that game. So it's doing decent.
Maybe another Disney IP then.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, we have Assassin's Creed, Uncharted, Tomb Raider.
That's a tough one. Yeah, I might go Tomb Raider delete on that one. Uncharted would probably be my uninstall, and Assassin's Creed as my play.
Okay. And the last ones are Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, and Persona.
Final Fantasy would definitely be my play. I think Kingdom Hearts would be my delete, and Persona would be my uninstall. Yeah, I think that's what I would go with.
All right, fair enough. So the next mini game is called Rename the Game, where the goal of this mini game consists of simply swapping one word from a game's title with another chosen word. So, for example, let's say the word is pie. Alan Pie, Grand Theft Pie, The Pie Descendant, Pie Flipper, for example. It's all improvised. We each have to think of a game name and modify it until the timer runs out, which is 2 minutes, or until one of us says the same game that's been said before. If you said Assassin's Creed 1 and I said Assassin's Creed 2, that doesn't count.
Okay.
All right. The word is meow, giving that Nurbo the cat. All right. I'll start to give you an example. Cult of the Meow.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I gotta just think of a game and just...
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
All right. Timer starts now.
Oh, so we're starting with Meow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cult of the Meow.
I think I just go with the easy one, the Stray Meow.
Okay.
Stray Meow.
Goose Meow Duck.
Dead Meow Space.
Throne and Meow.
Lost Meow.
Meow Simulator.
Oh, that's an easy one. That could be like anything. Grand Theft Meow.
Assassin's Creed Meow.
You would have got me. Mass Meow.
Okay. Pokemon Meow and Violet. because they're Scarlet and Violet.
Wizards of Meow.
Hogwarts Meow.
World War Meow.
Red Meow Redemption.
No Meow Sky.
Don't Meow Together.
7 Meows to Die.
Dead Meow 4.
It's killing me. Meow Frame.
Sid Meow's Civilization 6.
Sea of Meow.
The Last of Meow Part 1.
Lethal Meow.
Meow Space.
Crusader Meow 3.
Star Wars Meow Fallen Order.
Suicide Meow Kill the Justice League.
Batman Arkham Meow.
Oh, okay, that broke me.
I should have said Star Wars Jedi Fallen Meow.
Oh man, that killed me right there. Oh my God, that was good.
Okay, so that's basically all the time we have.
That one definitely broke me. I broke myself. Oh God.
I recently added this game because I knew it was going to be funny and fun. So, Nurbo, thank you so much for being part of this podcast. It was a chilled down episode where we spoke about mainly gaming. I didn't want to include mental health because I just wanted to keep it to gaming and wanted to make it simple. Usually we speak about mental health segments. Probably people share life experiences if they blank out. We've spoken about a lot of morbid topics, like a lot of trigger warning topics. But I decided to keep it simple today. Thank you so much for being a part of this podcast.
No, it was a pleasure, man. Thanks for having me. I would definitely not be against doing another one of those for mental health if you did ever wanted to.
No worries, no worries.
That was a good time.
Guys, go check Nurbo out. Nurbo the cat. It's as it's being spelled or said. It's if you struggle with that, it's the episode handle. It's the episode name. So go check him out. Go give him a follow. Probably go troll him with blurps like he does for other people. He got me real good the other day on Forewarned. I thought there was a creeper in the game.
I love doing that to everybody. It is so fun. Blurps is god tier. Every channel needs that.
Yeah, I love using Tangia, and especially because I don't have the Tangia overlay in the game, but I can see it on my OBS. So yeah,
equally as good. Yeah, I can agree. Tangia is amazing, but I love blurps specifically just because sometimes it grabs the sound from the game, and people think it's actually the game making those sounds. I love that so much.
You timed it perfectly yesterday with those like darts and stuff.
Yeah, like that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like I love that. Like you could actually use game sounds, and then the person's like, "What was that?"
Yep. It actually blended in so well that then when I looked at chat, I realized someone used a blurb. Okay, no, that blended in so well.
Yeah. Some of them do, some of them don't, but like, blurb is so good for that stuff.
Yeah.
I love like the scary monster sounds, like you said the zombie thing, like
like or not the zombie, the creeper.
The creeper, yeah. Like they didn't have like the zombie sound unfortunately for that game, but like certain games I think
there is a zombie sound, but it gave me a hard time finding it, but it's probably like Minecraft zombie or like zombie Minecraft or like Minecraft roar or something. It's in a different name. It's very stupid how they did it.
Yeah. It's some of them they have them like right off the game, and some of them like you gotta find them, which sucks. But for the most part, like it's so good.
What I love about that is Hama has an open library, whereas I control him and Kuj as well. Where I control them with basically anything. So I kept spamming the not spamming. Well, I played every single Haktua remix possible on Blurp. Yeah, and I did that.
I've seen a couple of those.
I did the Peepo cheeks as a like like those cheeks. I did them like every time he mentions them, and it's like probably 5 or 6 times. And he did it to me last time, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" Oh.
Yeah, you can have a good time with both of those things. For like, you can sometimes I get lazy on the typing, and I just use the Tangio or the blurps to just conversate.
Yeah.
Because you can find like anything on that thing. Like anything, really.
Kind of anything, because there are some sounds that you cannot find that I like needed. I uploaded them myself. For example, like, I know you can read my thoughts, boy. Meow 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 meow. Hold on, let me find it. I or my thoughts. I don't know. For example, I used to have it, but for example, like probably like this one.
I think I'm gonna squirt.
This was not on Blurb. Someone had it. Someone had it here,
Oh
so
my
I
God.
added it. Yeah.
That's
But
good.
thank you so much, Nurbo, again. And guys, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care of yourselves. Bye.
Bye.